Hey you guys, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in my video was found on a public domain. My full disclaimer is in my description box. Lots of love and many blessings your way. There's a guy that I really admire. His name is The Hulk on YouTube. Very tell it like it is. Good information. At the tail end of one of his latest videos, he shows a picture of a child that the South African people are saying was with Harry and Meghan on the tour that was their real child. Here's what I found out. The local people in Johannesburg, where Meghan was staying, claimed to have spotted this child with Meghan and her security team, not Archie. Do you guys remember when Ellen was making such a big deal out of this, saying she had visited them at Frogmore Cottage and baby Archie had flaming red tufts of hair? And of course her wife Portia said that never happened. And then of course Ellen came back and said, but it did. Portia says she just didn't remember it, that's all. Either way. And I've spoken hours and hours and hours and videos worth proving that Meghan just was never pregnant. Sorry, she wasn't. In fact, let me share something with you really quick. The day that she had the purple dress on with the red coat, that particular event that day was pure chaos. There's a snippet of video that shows somebody behind the cameras instructing her to flip her jacket open. And she kept trying to do whatever she was doing and flipping her coat open at the same time. Somebody has that video snip. I would love to have it. The moon bump apparatus that day in particular was all hell. It was like it wasn't even put on correctly from the jump. She came out of the vehicle with the whole bump sideways. Almost like there's a wire attached to her foot. It was really strange, making a line in her dress. Even more disturbing to me than that are the absolute puddles of streaks of bronzer running down her legs. How vile. Like she had urinated on herself. Seriously. The bump just was haywire that day. It had even slipped all the way down to her feet before the day was over. She was trying her best to keep it intact. And the worry at one point on both of their faces while he did his Masonic hand signal was like, hey, help me. Those hand signals, brushing over hair, him sticking his hands in his jacket, doing whatever, it all means something. She had a huge puddle of bronzer or maybe a giant round bruise of some kind on her foot. She was a complete wreck that day. It was a mess. During the entire 11 months, they did nothing but insult our intelligence and continue to do so. Folks are made to pay for their overprivileged life, their wasteful life. Same people that have spent a lifetime breaking their backs, making sure their taxes are paid, aren't good enough to see the real Archie, to know the real story, whether they used a surrogate or they found him or they adopted him, either way. And that's really sad. I see them as the biggest welfare recipients in the world. How in the world are we supposed to trust these people when everything about them is a lie? Getting on with it. I want to show you something. The program I used claims to be 90% accurate. I wanted to test the accuracy. I used my own set of pictures. The child it spit out for me on that app looked dang near identical to my youngest son's baby pictures. I'm going to show you guys which pictures I put together and what the outcome was. Here's the first picture it gave me. And that child in the picture favors the redheaded one in South Africa. 90% accurate, okay, you guys? The end result of these pictures, according to the program, that child has far more similarities to the little boy the South Africans claim to have been with Meghan and her security team, versus the Archie they brought out for the documentary. Here's where it gets real for me. Here's a different picture combination and a different result. This blows my mind and it speaks volumes, you guys. Look how creepy this is. Tutu's Archie is not Harry and Meghan's Archie. I get that it's just a program, but my goodness, how much more can it be in our faces? And you know it's not a stretch. I was looking at the baby's picture from South Africa, and that poor little child has the same lumpy forehead that Harry has. The same ears, the same mouth, hair color. It's so weird. I'd love to know your opinions. Good, bad, or indifferent. I want to hear from you guys. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Stay safe and be blessed.